everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I saw a video called the mid-year freakout tag and I was like, that looks good. I will leave her video in the description box if you guys want to go check it out because it totally inspired me to do this video. It just looked so fun and I want to do it. So I have the questions that she used. I don't know if like it's a thing that everybody uses when they do this tag, but why not? Also, I think you're supposed to get like tagged to do this like in the video. But I'm not gonna be tagged, so I was like, why not just do it? Because it seems really fun, so we're just gonna get right started because I don't have any like things that I've decided to do for each category. So we're just gonna think of them on the spot. I'm not good at doing that, so let's see what we can do. Okay, so I typed out the questions because I'm using my phone to film, so I'm just gonna keep like looking over here for the questions. Also, I'm gonna try not to do the same book for multiple categories. There may be the same book for like a few, but I don't want to use the same book for every category because that's like too easy, you know? Also, there are some books that I forgot about reading. So this year I've read a total of 40 books, so I'm gonna like not remember some of them, which kind of sucks, but I'll try to remember as many as I can. So the first question is, what is the best book that you've read this year so far? That's like such a hard question because I love so many of the books that I read. This has been the best year of reading so far for me. I've just had so many 5-star reads. So I'm going to do multiple books for the categories that I can't think of one thing. So yeah, it's just like impossible to think of just one book that fits, you know? But for one of the books, it's definitely gonna have to be The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This book was so good. I had so much fun reading it, and it was honestly just so different from the books that I usually read because I hadn't been like super into fantasy at that point. And I read this like last month, so yeah. But yes, this book was so good, and I'm super excited to read The Queen of Nothing, but I'm also sad. But yeah, this is definitely one of them. Another one of my favorites of this year is The Golden Lily by Rochelle Mead. I read all of Vampire Academy last year and it was so good, and so I got started on these, and this was definitely one of my favorites in the series. I think it may be my favorite along with The Indigo Spell, but I'm gonna go with this one. And then last for this category, but there are so many more that I could go with, but I'm just gonna say Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas because I think that was my favorite in the whole series, the Throne of Glass series, and I read Queen of Shadows like last month and it was really good. So the next question is the best sequel that I've read this year. I have to go with A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. These books are so controversial, but I absolutely loved the ACOTAR series, and A Court of Mist and Fury was definitely my favorite. It's definitely a popular opinion that that one's like the best one in the series. I think it is, and I'm super excited for A Court of Silver Flames? Is that what it's called? Next is a new release that I haven't read yet. There's so many, but I have 3 that I actually own, so I'll show you those. The first one is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. I got this book a while ago and I'm so scared to read it. I don't know why. I loved the Hunger Games trilogy so much that I'm scared to read this because I didn't like President Snow, but you know, I will read this at some point. The next book that I have is One of Us is Next by Karen M. McManus. I will admit, as you can see right there, I have the first one, but I haven't even read that yet. And then the last new release that I own that I have not gotten to yet is Crescent City by Sarah J Maas. I actually enjoy Sarah J Maas's books because I literally found out about her books like 2 months ago and I started reading all of them. But I'm getting to this after I finish The Assassin's Blade, and I'm super, super excited for it. Next is what is my most anticipated releases of 2020. So I have a few that I can think of. Oh, definitely How the King of Elfheim Learned to Hate Stories. It's hard to remember that title sometimes, but I'm super excited for that one. I'm really excited to see his take on what happened in the first book. I don't know if it's just his point of view for like some of the first book, some of the second book, and some of the third book, or if it's like just the first book. I don't know even know which one I would hope it is. Another book is A Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabaa Tahir. I don't know why I got her name so incorrect. The fourth book, and I think the last book in the Ember and the Ashes series. I've only read the first one, but I definitely want to continue the series, and I'm definitely excited for that one to come out at some point. And then I saw this other book called Cinderella is Dead, and I don't know who it's by. How about I look it up, because I want to give them the full credit. Okay, apparently it is by Kaylin Bayron, I think that's how you say it. I read the synopsis of it and it seems really interesting, so I definitely want to pick that up at some point. The 5th question is, what is your most disappointing read of the year so far? Now, I've actually, as I said, had a very good year with my books that I've read, so I haven't had very many disappointing reads, but the only one that I can think of is Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Breonna Taylor. I talked about this book in multiple videos, and I'm not gonna attack this book anymore because I kind of feel bad about it because it really wasn't a terrible book, but to me, I just didn't enjoy it in the slightest, and I will not be continuing the rest of the books. But yeah, that was definitely the most disappointing read of this year so far because I was really excited for it and then I just did not like it at all. The 6th question is, what is my biggest surprise of 2020 so far? I had a lot of surprises with Sarah J. Maas books and any fantasy book because I wasn't super into fantasy before, but I'm gonna have to go with The Program by Suzanne Young. I did not expect this to be good because I had actually never heard about it. I went to my local Friends of the Library, the cheaper bookstore, and my mom was like, oh, you should get this. And then we did. I just read the back. I didn't even know what it was about, and then I ended up reading it and absolutely loving it. I thought it was so good. I really like fantasy, but I also like dystopian, and so, we got my dystopian here. The next question is, who's my new favorite author? I never am able to answer this question because I have no idea. I haven't read a overwhelming amount of books from a specific author. I feel like I need to read more books to be able to identify who my favorite author is. But I will say I do enjoy Sarah J. Maas's books. I'm not going to say she's my favorite author because I don't feel good about saying that, because I feel like I need to read other books before I decide who my favorite author is. But I really have been enjoying Holly Black books. I just think her writing style is gorgeous and it's flows so well. And so I would say Holly Black maybe is one of my favorite authors. I don't know, maybe 8, my newest fictional crush. I don't know. My newest one would probably be the most recent series that I've actually started and finished is ACOTAR, so I'm gonna say Resand. Number 9 is my new favorite character. I could literally never say who my number 1 favorite character is because I have so many and I would feel so bad forgetting who. I'll just name a bunch of my favorite characters, but they'll be recent. Aelin, Dorian, and Elide from the Throne of Glass series. Jude and Cardan from the Cruel Prince trilogy. Resand, Farah, Nesta, and Azriel from ACOTAR. The Darkling from the Grisha trilogy. Sloane and Realm from The Program. Oh, I can say Adrian and Sydney from Bloodlines because I recently read Bloodlines. Okay, I'm gonna go with them, but know that there are so many more that I'm forgetting and I'm gonna be mad at myself for forgetting them. 10, a book that made me cry. I will be so honest in saying this, that literally every book that I've read this year has made me cry. I'm not gonna say every single one because there's probably a few that I was not exactly attached to, but mostly every single book that I've read this year, I have cried. It's funny because I don't really cry in my day-to-day life ever. So going with one, I'm going to take from the most recent book that I have read, Kingdom of Ash. It's still fresh. It's a fresh wound because I finished it last night 11 p.m. So my eyes are kind of burning still. Still. Oh my gosh, that book hurt so bad. But yeah, I cried so much in that book, so I'm gonna go with Kingdom of Ash because that's the most recent one and I cried a lot, so. Also, the reason I'm not holding up these books is because I don't own any of them. Though I want to purchase all of them. I like to purchase books after I read them because I know I like them already. So I may buy some of the Throne of Glass books. I don't know. Okay, 11 is a book that made me happy. Basically all of them. But I'm gonna have to say different series because I can't specifically say a book. ACOTAR and Throne of Glass, they made me really happy. Also, this book right here, I just brought both. I have the 2 editions because this is my favorite book in the Vampire Academy series. I don't know. This is not a popular opinion, I don't think. And I reread it this year, so I can consider it, okay? Some of the books I wouldn't say just because they made me sad a lot, too. So, yes, I'm gonna go with those 3 different things. But there's a lot more. Just reading in general makes me happy, so I guess you can't really pinpoint just one book, you know? Okay, 12 is the most beautiful book that I've bought this year. Ooh! I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about this for a sec. I read most of my books online because I don't got the money to spend on these books. I have 3 in my mind right now. I'll just show you those. First, I have to go with Crescent City. Look how much work went into that. It looks so pretty. I like it, okay? And then inside, you have this whole thing. It's just a really pretty book, okay? It's probably why it was so expensive. Also, I recently read this one, and I just have to say, in 2 ways is this book beautiful. So firstly, the cover, of course. The cover is so pretty. I just like how it like glows. I don't know, it's so pretty. And then I also love the inside cover. Not many books come like this, but I love when they have something on the inside of the book like that. It's so pretty. Another one that I find super pretty is this one. I always thought this was absolutely gorgeous. And this is my favorite one, like the favorite cover in the series. I've actually never read any of these books, but I'm super excited to, so I'm glad I have them. And then lastly, I'm gonna have to go with An Ember in the Ashes by Sava Tahir. This book is so pretty. And then you have a map. That has nothing to do with anything, but I get excited when they have maps. The last question. What is a book you want to read by the end of this year? I recently filmed a video and I haven't edited it yet. So yeah, but if you want to get like more, go watch that if it's up. I don't even know. I'm gonna go with not series and not super popular books, though I think they're all popular, but like the other books I've been talking about, like super popular, so I don't know if these are considered like super popular. But the ones I can think of is Bone Crier's Moon by Catherine Purdy. That book just seems really cool, and it's not as like talked about as the other books I want to read. But there's like hundreds of books I want to read, but mostly like series. I have a lot of series that I want to read, so I'm just talking about standalones that I can think of. I just now realized that Bone Crier's Moon is a part of a duology. Yikes. The next book that I saw kind of recently is To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. I do want to read this at some point. It's just standalones. I don't have that many on my TBR. Like, I don't read standalones very often, just read series because I prefer them. I was about to say Two Princes of Summer, but I realized that is definitely a series. So I will say The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. That is like a standalone, I think, but it's also like, I think it is a spin-off book. But then it also has spin-off books. Anyways, I'm gonna go with that. Also, the cover is really pretty. So that is it for this video. I kind of feel bad because I picked kind of easy books, I feel like. But I just started reading, I guess you would consider it, I just started reading recently-ish. So I'm kind of getting all those like popular books out of the way so that I can like find other books to read, because when they're hyped up, it makes me really excited to read them, you know? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Also, give me some recommendations so that I can film more videos because they're really fun. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!